because this is what you study in monohybrid cross. But in he even performed trihybrid. Trihybrid means three characters together. So he performed experiment. He found similar result with every monohybrid cross, that the F1 generation resembles only one parent, and in the F2 generation the 3:1 ratio or close to 3:1 ratio generally comes. So he came up with these ratios, and he said that the one of the character is see, in this case tallness is visible. In this case there is no dwarfness visible, but in the next generation it is again visible. That means the information is present here, which has passed here, but the information is not able to express itself here. See, here you have a dwarf plant, here you have a tall plant. When pure lines are taken, because it's a pure line, so there is no information of dwarfness here, there is no information of tallness here. When these two informations are crossed, if you believe in blending theory, then it should be somewhere in between height, but you find that in the next generation all plants are tall. That means there is no blending. So blending theory was disproved by Mendel's experiment also. Now the next thing, all these tall plants are, whether they are pure line or impure line. Impure means that means hybrid. That means they carry information of both tallness and dwarfness. How to confirm them? How to confirm this fact? Perform selfing. Now when he performed selfing of these plants, he discovered that out of every 4, 3 came out to be tall and 1 always was dwarf. That means this plant had nothing to do with dwarfness, but it was able to send information to the next generation for dwarfness. That means information was successfully transferred from here to this generation, but it was not able to express. That means genotype has been passed here, but the genotype is not able to show itself. That's why only one feature is visible, other feature is not visible. This means that one of the trait is dominant and the other trait is recessive, and as long as the dominant allele or dominant information is present, recessive is not able to function. That's why all these plants are also tall, and this is the only plant which came out to be dwarf. Now what he did next, which is not mentioned in the NCERT, is he again performed selfing of these plants. And when he performed selfing, what he discovered was this always gave rise to dwarf plants. This always gave rise to tall plants. That means this is pure, this is also pure line, but these two plants again gave the ratio of 3:1. 3:1. That means these two plants are heterozygous or impure in nature. I hope this point is getting clear to you. So if you understand the same concept from the next page of NCERT, now the same phenotypes have been written along with the genotype. So a tall plant, because it's a pure line, so capital T, and because this is a pure line dwarf one, so small t. So when gametes are formed, in a long time back in the notes I have drawn that, if you remember, a chromosome I drew, and I told a chromosome will carry only one information. So the gametes are always pure. That means pure means they always carry only one chromosome out of homologous chromosome. That means they will have only one information. Either they will carry information of capital T or small t. They cannot carry both. So when this individual form gametes, all the gametes will be carrying capital T because it's a pure line. Here also a pure line, so all the gametes will carry only one information, not both, and that is small t. So when fertilization will occur, checker box, this is checker box. It was given by Reginald C. Punnett. It's a graphical representation to calculate the probability of possible genotypes of offspring in a genetic cross. Please read all these. NCERT is important for your board exam plus NEET also. So when a cross is made, now this gamete may fertilize with this one. So a capital T, small t, but because capital T is dominant, so it will be a tall plant. In the next, or it is possible this may fertilize with this one. So capital T, small t, again same thing. this may cross with this one or this may cross with this one. So finally in the F1 generation, all combinations possible is only one, and that is capital T and small t. So these are pure lines and this is impure line. But because capital T is dominant, that's why small t is not able to express itself. So it is recessive. Now when these plants were selfed, self means there is no involvement of two parents. So when self, you can forget this point. So selfing means only one plant is there. When selfing was done, it was found that now because selfing is there, so information is from the same individual plant, genotypically same. So capital T, small t, capital T, small t. See, if it is capital T here and capital T, then in next generation you cannot expect dwarf. But he found in results dwarf also. So that is only possible if they carry the information of dwarfness. So you can see a small t here. So that means this generation is definitely a impure line or a heterozygous. Now when these plants, when this plant was selfed, so capital T and small t, two types of gametes are possible, and same because we're performing selfing, so pollen grain information or the ovule information. So pollen grain may carry capital T, egg may carry capital T, or pollen grain may carry small t, egg may carry small t. So when cross was made or fertilization was done, capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t, this gave the phenotypic ratio of 3:1. This is what I was talking about on this page, that 3 plants were tall and 1 plant was dwarf. But the genotypically, this is capital T, and this is capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t. So finally the phenotypic ratio came out to be 3:1 and genotypic ratio came out to be 1:2:1. I'll continue this in the evening lecture.